Hi guys, this is Masana Titi and welcome back to my show at Ninja Hustle. Today with me on the show is none other than John Njama, director, actor, producer. Let's welcome John to the show. John, welcome to the show. We're
Thank you
so
very much,
excited.
Marcelina. Thank
We're,
you. Yeah,
we're so excited to have you on. Welcome.
thank you.
So
I'm
we'll dive
excited to
right
be
to the
here too.
we'll dive right to the questions because we know you're a very busy man and we thank you for your time and we respect it. So,
Okay, let's
uh,
go then.
okay. Did you always know that you wanted to be an actor? I mean, that's the first question that comes to mind.
Yes, I was always very adventurous to learn things, and that kind of paved the way for what I eventually, you know, uh, turned out. I was very inquisitive. So yes, I knew that I knew this was the path I wanted to toe, and I worked very hard at it. So to answer your question straight up, yes, I've always known that this is my path. You know,
So, how do you prepare for a role?
do you have like 3 hours so that I can start the lecture now?
No, no, just give us.
Okay, because it's a whole process. The process starts with you identifying what you want to do first in context of the given script, and then you begin to do your research, and based on the character. And focus for me is the key word. Focus on the text, focus on the context, focus on character, focus on characterization, focus on the meaning of what you're doing, focus on the value you want to give based on what you're doing.
How important is this process?
Yeah, and it's akin to cooking. The process is so important because it's just like you're cooking, and when you're done cooking, you realize that you missed a little bit of salt, you missed a little bit of maggi, or the onion was not well spread, or something, the seasoning was just not right. That's how important the process is. If the condiments are not right, chances are it will spoil the cooking. So all these processes that I've mentioned are like ingredients for the food that you're cooking. And eventually when you taste it, when you perform, you realize that okay, I think I got it right. It tastes really good. So the process is very important. I can say again, it's just like a doctor preparing for a surgery, and the surgery is supposed to be a fibroid surgery. You need to make your research. You need to get ready for that particular surgery. You can't be doing surgery for sorry for using fibroid. I know how sensitive it is. You can't be doing surgery for fibroid and you're getting prepared for asthma or for typhoid or something, some other ailment. So again, it is very important, and that's why I think a lot of us get it wrong. They don't have a breather. They don't have that space to want to. Creativity thrives where there's preparation. The success of creativity is where preparedness meets creativity, and you'll be successful in that. Okay, so to your question again, the process is very, very important. Personally, I do not take my audiences for granted. Everything I do, apart from it being the fact that I want to do it, is equally ultimately for their own consumption. And if they say something's just not right about this person, trust me, something's not right about the person, because not like they have the final say, but their input matters a lot.
Very
So ask yourself that question, even as an actor and as a director, what am I doing? Who am I doing this for? Who are your target audiences?
correct.
So the audiences are always constantly involved in the whole process. You need to have them in mind. Don't take them for granted.
Yeah, very true. And the mindset changes. I mean, the films you watch previous 20 years ago, you're like, oh, very cool. Today you go like, "Ugh, what was that?" So the mind evolves and people mindsets and what the expectations are changing, and we have to change with that. That's very true. So,
True.
John, Nollywood
Very
is
true.
currently a global industry. I mean, I say that because even here in Germany, when I speak to my friends who are from other European countries, they always, oh, Nigeria has that thing. What's that? It's like Hollywood. Yeah, I said Nollywood. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So everybody knows about it. It's a big deal. Now, how can the players in Nigeria position themselves to maximize this opportunity?
I think by and large, we are already maximizing the opportunity, and because our movies are just everywhere. I mean, for example, go to Netflix now. You think it's a Nigerian that owns Netflix. You
I
know,
know.
I think we, I think we're standing firm a bit in our authority as filmmakers. You know, so when you say how can we position ourselves, what can we do more in this position in the global sphere? What can we do more to take over the global sphere as filmmakers? That should be the next challenge. You know, because I think globally we're doing good. Of course, internally we're doing good. Regardless of the challenges we face here, regardless of the distribution problem, piracy and all of that, I think we are doing pretty well as a global name in filmmaking.
Well, I'm very proud. So I know most people don't understand the challenges that actors, directors face in Nigeria. They don't understand it. So when you see, as Nigerians, when we see this such great work come out of Nollywood, we're very excited. We're very proud because we know that it's not easy. It's not just how talented you are. To even get people to fund those movies, it's very difficult without getting involved in the directing process, the creative process. So I really commend you guys. It's not an easy industry, and where you guys have taken it to, I mean, we applaud you. It's well done. So, your current project. Tell us about your current project. I mean, my flatmate is a household name, very popular. It's a big deal. I said it because when we're brainstorming about this interview, some of my guys on the team, they're like, I wanted to cancel my DSTV subscription, but I know that I will miss my flatmate, so I did it. And one of them said, I actually did. But now the only thing that I miss is my flatmate. So I might just go pay the subscription fee again. So it's very popular. What does it feel like to work with such talented actors and actresses and people like Rekia Yusuf, Basket Mouth, amongst others? They're like really big names. These are the guys that we go watch their shows and you're like happy. I mean, comedy is therapeutic. So you have them, all of them on, same in the same series. It's unbelievable. What does it feel like? I mean, given your background as well.
First of all, I think it was an honor to be called to share my flatmates, to be the director of Flatmates, my flatmates, and to steer that ship to shore. And that's something I don't take for granted. At first, it was a scare because anytime I take up a new project, there's that scare to fail. And that's what puts me on my toes. So I did all I could to make sure that I put in my best. And by and large, the collective effort of the producers, the executive producers, the actors, and the crew is paying off. And I think part of the success is the fact that we got our template right, and the fact that we were geared to making it work. And after the first season, we realized that, okay, let's take this a notch further. We can always do this. The stories got better, and the crew members were beginning to sit as authorities over what they do from their different perspective. I was getting really comfortable because I already knew the direction I was going to take, and I was going to keep it. And the only thing I wanted to do was just take it a little bit further. And the creative process is amazing. What all of you see at the end of the day, the creative process is amazing. There's a lot of work that goes into making Flatmate a success. Comedy is one of the most difficult genres ever, and you can take that to the bank. It's not easy to make people laugh, especially from universal perspective. It is not easy. And not just to make people laugh, you you want to make people laugh while at the same time churning out pedagogical values, doctrines that will make them think at the end of the day, okay, these people actually, touching societal ills and making us laugh in the process, which was the bane of the concept behind Flatmate. Don't just make people laugh. Make people laugh and make them see reasons. Make them see our perspective, what we're trying to say, the story we're trying to tell. So yes, but for my company, Colabar Media, we just got signed, we just got commissioned to shoot 2 movies, and that's just what we're working on.
Yeah, that's something else I was going to talk about. Did you just is this company something you just started a few years ago, or is it something you said, okay, I'm going to have my own media production company, and you just set it up?
I've had Colabar Media since 2010. It's a production company where we help build your content ideas from inception to production. We consult, we teach, we hold all sorts of workshops, and so we've been at it for quite some time now, and it's getting bigger by the year.
You're a busy man, John. I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it. So
I try. I have my moments of peace. I have my moments of rest. It's not like we, constantly work and work. You need to, regardless of the fact that we're busy, you need to find out time to chill out a bit. I can play when I want to play. When I'm not working, I play. And I think my crew members would testify to that. I can play, but when the work starts, the work starts.
Do you think there's a correlation between your talent for humor and directing a comedy series? I mean, you played one, your very first, as far back as I can remember, Checkmates. It was so funny. Do you think that your talent for that just makes it easier for you to work with comedians? Because they're really, really funny people.
Okay, that's a tough one, but okay, I don't want to say this, but I need to say it so that to answer your question, I've not been particularly a comedy inclined person, so to say.
Okay.
Even if I've had successes in 1, 2, 3 of the best comedy in the country. I mean, Fuji House, now Flatmates.
Oh, that's true.
And
that's true.
I'm a very intense person. I like intense drama.
You could have fooled me.
Yes, I'm telling you, I like intense drama. But I guess my success for pulling out and making sitcom work is the fact that I'm very perceptive. Yes, I am very witty as a person, even if I say so myself. So these are the ingredients I see to be true to oneself and one's character that I imbibe in my works, in directing sitcoms. It just be true to life. You know what works, you know what is witty, you know what can make somebody laugh, and put that ingredient with your directing skills, and behold, that's what I just do. I'm very perceptive. I listen, and I can tell off the board what will work and what will not work. If I see a script and you tell me it's a sitcom, I can tell you, no, this won't work, this will not work. Then we begin to add the ingredients that'll make it work. And what are the ingredients? Regular things that we see every day. We see daily things that we see around us. The little humor here and there, the little gags, the little things, those are the things that, and I guess it's because of the fact that it's very palpable. My kind of comedy is very palpable, regardless of the script. I make it very, very palpable. You can actually feel it. It's not senseless. It's not. It's just true to life.
When you say that, it makes me understand. And just is how important it is to have people who are talented in movies, because you dream about it, you eat this movie, you breathe it, when you direct it, you feel it to the core of your being, and that shows in your work. And I think that's what
sorry to cut you. May I add the fact that again, working with such talent as we have in my flatmates is a huge plus. And like we have people, we have actors, we have comedians that have huge abundant talent,
Yeah.
and individually they are amazing. But there was that need for us to curtail their creativity, because when we started, they were busted with creativity. They were ready to roll, ready to go, and by and large, I think these are the things that made Flatmate a success, because they were willing. They were willing to be forged. They were like raw steel, and were willing and open to be forged into whatever I want to forge them into. And so curtailing their excesses, I say that in a good way, was one very strong thing we needed to identify with. So on this note, I would say, look, like, really, really amazing talents we have in my flatmates.
Oh, I second that. They're very, very funny. So, do you feel like, when you have two of your siblings in the industry, you have Aquila there, you have Empress as well, when you guys started. And I know that it's not always easy to find oneself because people say, okay, they're family, but you want to, like, this is me, I'm different from this person, and I bring something different to the table. I know that Aquila is very talented. I've worked with him. He, quote unquote, when I was much younger, he actually gave me a shot at one of his movies because he needed somebody to take a line, and the person taking that line wasn't getting it right, and they were running out of time. So it was like, yeah, are you on the island? Yeah, okay, come take the script. Let me see what you can do. So it was really, that's my first time to ever experience what it was like for actors in Nigeria. And that's why I have so much respect for it. It's like, what? You guys do this the whole day, the whole night until you get it right. So I know how difficult it is. So how was it for you trying to make sure that this is my identity? It doesn't matter that I have siblings in the industry. How do I have a name for myself? How was that for you? Was it easy, or is this something you struggled with, or it was just we're three different people? We each had different talents.
Um, we're three different personalities, and I think by and large, these personalities reflect in the kind of jobs we do. Um, I know how Empress started, and I know the fact that I was always there for her. At a point, any script that she gets as an actor comes to me, and I tell her if it's a yes or a no. And I kind of helped her build her wings to fly, and until she just developed that thing, that road, that path she wanted to go, and she started flying. So I understand her. I understand AQ too. AQ is a lot like me. We're very perceptive. The work is very important. Our sense of concentration is really very high, and we don't like to cut corners. Even at that, I still realized that okay, this is the path I want to go. I became very serious with the kind of stories I want to tell. I became very particular with the stories I want to tell as an actor, and now even as a director. So it wasn't a scare of any sort. I think I saw them grow. I saw myself grow, and I saw me taking a different line. I saw them, taking different parts, positive parts, and we talk to ourselves every now and then. Don't do that. What are you doing? I don't think that is right. Vicky tells me, "Oh, John, I just saw that. Good, beautiful." So it's a family thing.
So it does
We're
help to
all,
have,
living in different
it does
directions.
help to have that
So
kind of support.
it does. Of course, it helps. It helps.
You
Whole
know,
concept of failing or getting it wrong was what I grew up with, and that's what I developed over the years.
that's true. I know how siblings can be your worst critics and the best of all. So, for example, if I had to do something, I would ask my brother, "So, what do you think?" They're very brutally honest. That looks terrible. Please don't do that. I mean, other people.
Empress knows how brutal. Empress knows how brutal I can be. I think they all know how, using your word brutal, they know how very truthful I can be and straight to the point. Because I've grown to the point where there's that need to tell yourself the truth. Why would you want to, bend corners? It is bad. It is bad. Why is it bad? It is bad because of A, B, C, D, E. What do? I don't directly tell you what to do, but I tell you how to go about it to get towards what you want to do. Otherwise, you end up doing things like John would do.
Yeah, correct. Well, I
Yeah.
hear you. Siblings are very important. And to have them in the industry with you, that's a gift, my brother. Do you think that the entertainment industry can use this platform to address the current security concerns in Nigeria? Because we know that the stories that we tell, sometimes they explain a past that people had forgotten and they help shape the future. And sometimes they change stereotypes. Sometimes they can actually change a mindset or tell a story, a society the way it is. We've had people who would criticize some movies. Well, why do you tell this a bit of a stereotype? It's not a correct representation of who we are as a people. So how do you think, given the current security issues we have in the country, how does the entertainment industry, what role do they play in trying to shape it and trying to do something positive with it?
Now, Marcelina, if you tell me we want to commission a movie, we want to commission 5 producers and directors to do something, and this is the thematic preoccupation that they should follow to tell that story, then it becomes easy to want to answer that question. But you see, by and large, we are mostly independent producers. I said that again. We are independent producers. And we do stuff for ourselves to sell, make money, tell stories, correct societal ills. If all of us start to toe this line, talking about the security situation in the country, infusing it into our movies, the question is, what are you doing it for? Now, but if the government can commission us to tell our stories and infuse this element for people to see, that is a fantastic idea.
But you do agree that they have a voice. People in the entertainment industry, they do have a voice to effect change.
A strong voice, a strong voice for change. And I think we've used that over the years, and not just in our movies, as individuals. I mean, imagine the NSAS protest, which is, arguably, even if I say so, one of the best protests ever in the history of Nigeria. That is a voice. That is a large voice. It might not be in the cinemas, it might not be in the movies and all that, in SVODs and all that, but that is a voice. That is a sample of how far we've gone to try to address the issues in the country from a different perspective.
Yeah, I think movies are very powerful because it takes something that we all talk about, and most people don't want to talk about it, or most people feel like they're on the fence about it, or it's too political. But in movies, they tell a story, they break it down, and get both sides actually look at it, understand it, and see who they are, because it's like a mirror image of what is going on, and it gets you looking at it. And more people, and it's not just in Nigeria, all over the world, we've seen people in the entertainment industry use their voice, their platform to effect change. And most people don't want to be too political, but at least they have also societal issues that they address with the voice, the platform that they have, whether it's in movies or in music or in sports. So you're very correct. We've seen Nollywood do that. We've seen Nollywood do that. Actors and actors, directors use their movies to give voice to certain situations in the country. And maybe we say we want more of that, but there has to be a fine line between what we do for entertainment, given our environment, and what we do to drive certain issues forward into people's homes and sitting rooms, so people don't get too comfortable and forget that we have to still address these issues.
Sure. That. And to add to that, don't forget that the whole idea behind telling a story and where we derive most of our stories from is from the society. It's from either your immediate society or a society somewhere that you experience one or two things. And if you're not teaching, you're not entertaining, you're not educating and all that, what are you doing? So you need to, factor one or two of these things in your storytelling, in your visual storytelling. So yes, the society is where we get most of our materials from.
I want to talk about two of your projects. One of them is the Actors Resources. What is that about?
Oh, I created a platform called the Actors Resource. It was born out of the fact that a lot of people slide into my DM and ask me questions, and they call me. They want to know this, they want to know that, ask me a lot, and I answered the little I can. And I realized that I cannot be answering these questions, on a daily. Why don't I just put these people on the platform, and so that when I answer one person, the others will see and hear. So it started up as a private platform, and but now I'm getting more and more people into the platform because I really want to stand out. I just want to, educate. And when the lockdown, started, the first COVID-19 lockdown, and we found ourselves at home, I realized that I had more room to teach. And that's what gave birth to the John Njama Monologue Challenge,
I was going to come to that.
where I write a monologue and put it out there, and actors, dive on it and interpret it the way they can, and I pick out the first, second, and third. But before then, I put them in the platform, I put them in a WhatsApp group, and I have Zoom sessions with them. I mean, that's just my little way of giving back to the society, because I know how it all started for me. And I know that these people have passion, and they are dying. They are hungry for this thing, hungry to be exposed, hungry to do something, hungry to learn. And it's in its third stage now, third session, and it's been amazing. So what I do, the people, 20 selected people for each session, I give them options to register in the Actors Resource. It's ultimately going to be a paid platform, but right now I'm just trying to, to make it free so that I can reach out as much as possible. And the monologues were the excerpts from a book I'm writing. It's actually a book on monologue titled Expressions. It's going to be published soon. I don't know how soon, but I'm working on it. Is titled Expressions. So I just thought, okay, why don't you just pick out one or two and just see how people will interpret it? That has been amazing, especially the last edition was amazing. And it goes to say that people are genuinely hungry to want to do something creative, something that has to do with their craft as actors.
I think that's very, very interesting to hear, John. People don't realize how selfless Nigerians can be. And I've had several guests on the show, and almost all of them started to do something. They were successful, or they're successful, and they don't just sit on it. They're always thinking of, how do I pass this on to the next person? And that is so amazing. And that's a story we don't tell so well. And I'm very happy that you're doing that, because I know how frustrating it is when you have this talent, and there's this whole Nigeria's a big industry of competition. It's full of talent, and everybody's looking for who's going to show me what to do. How am I going to do this? And to do that is actually brilliant. I hope more actors would take a cue from your page and do the same thing. And then you're talking about a book. So
I hope so too, because it's getting bigger. I mean, for this last edition, a friend of mine, the CEO of Nevada Bridge TV, he reached out to me and he said he wants to give out something to support my monologue challenge, and he gave out 100,000, just to support. And he commissions movies for independent producers, and he said he's going to open his platform and give out movie contracts to the first, second, and third. I mean, how good can that be? Okay, so a few persons have reached out to me, and it's even more encouraging now because I need to take this to a whole new level, a different level, because it's getting bigger and bigger, and people are beginning to support. The company called Foodworks reached out to me, and they said they want to close the first, second, and third, and even give the first the contract to shoot their adverts. My friend Ike Nebwe, the CEO of the Love Potion Lounge, says he's going to give a free masterclass. All this is just very encouraging, and I think the whole idea why I set this up is beginning to bear fruit, and it can only get better. So yes, a lot of us can be selfless and just do something worthy, and you'll be amazed at how people reach out to you.
Amazing work, John. It's really, really, we can't wait to see your book and read it. So that's another thing. The next time we speak to you, probably the author as well. We're very excited for you,
It is
John.
ready.
Great work.
Thank
Great
you.
work. You're not just acting, directing, you're doing all kinds of things, teaching, mentoring. That is beautiful. And we hope that your story inspires more people to think about what they've achieved and give back, to think about how they can reach out. Because I know most people will probably come and support you because there are people who want to support, but they're looking for the right project to support. And to have these individuals reach out to you, you know that it's something that is in their mind that they sit there and think about. So I'm doing fine, but there's so much challenges in our society. How do we support people to not live a hopeless life where they think nothing is working and nobody hears? So what you're doing is saying that we hear you, and you're not alone in your struggle. So we really appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We know you've had a lot of, I mean, we're coming to the end of this whole thing. I don't want to let you go, so I keep making up questions to keep you on.
It has to.
How important is it when an actor or director or people behind the scene, like the camera guy, they do a lot of work. When they win awards, get recognized for their work. You've won a lot of awards and things like that. We congratulate you. How important is it for people in the industry to get recognized for their work? What does it mean for them? Not just the actors and the actress, but also
Ah,
behind the scene.
it is a huge encouragement. And for me, I can speak for myself. It tells me that there's no relenting, there's no stopping now. Each time I win an award or I get a recommendation or I get an encomium of some sort, and people reach out to me to tell me, oh, I saw your movie, really nice, well done. It is huge for me. It is a huge encouragement. It tells me, John, you're doing well. John, keep doing what you're doing. John, you can get better. John, do not relent. John, people are watching. John, people adore you. John, people are looking up to you. That's what just comes into my head each time I get an award or I hear any of these things. So when people win, again, I say I'll speak for myself. It tells a positive story. It tells a positive story, and for me, it only helps to spur me on. It's just like a propeller. If you're driving and the road is far and you're doing 60 kilometers per hour, and somebody tells me, John, I just saw a movie, really nice. I was like 60 kilometers. Another person tells me, oh, John, beautiful stuff. Your work is Netflix. Oh, it just keeps driving you and making you go faster on that road of success, on that path. It tells that you're on the right path. Do not turn left, do not turn right. Just keep accelerating.
Yeah.
That's what it does to me.
Well,
That's the best analogy I can use. But
John, you're doing a good job. You've come so far, and we wish you so much success. We'll keep following your story and supporting your work. Please, for those of us who want to go into, not me particularly, but there are a lot of people who want to go into directing, or they want to go into the movie, entertainment industry, any last word of encouragement or what they need to prepare themselves for? Because people don't take disappointment very well, and most people don't know how many no's you hear when you're in the entertainment industry. They don't, and they need to build a tough skin. So, do you have any last words that you can share with people, advice?
uh, last words can be plenty, but I'll just try and summarize it. A lot of people are in the industry for the wrong reasons. Why do I say that? You need to identify with where you want to be first. You need to ask yourself questions. Am I genuinely talented to want to be an actor before I jump into it? Because they don't answer this question and they jump into it and they become failures and they go like, this is not meant for me. Of course it wasn't meant for you, because you did not identify with the fact that this is what I want to do. You know you're not talented and you don't want to learn on the job. You just want to be famous for the wrong reasons. Now, my brothers and sisters that are in the industry for the right reasons, do not relent. The industry evolves every day. You need to continue to learn every day. Pick up one or two persons, understudy them, worry them, make calls to them, get into their DM. You need to have a knack to want to know, want to do more. You need to be very inquisitive. If you stop by the wayside, others will come and pass you. So there's a constant journey to understanding your work as an actor or as a director or as a filmmaker. Gone are the days when we started and we had little or nothing to want to learn or to work with. Now you have everything at your disposal. There's YouTube, you have phones, you can work with your phone, you can shoot with your phone. Do. Acting, directing is a pragmatic process. It's a doing process. It's not a stay and wait for the job to come. Do. Throw yourself out there on YouTube. Throw yourself out there on Instagram. You never can tell who's watching. Okay? Do not be lazy. Your drive, your discipline, your determination must be 101%. I say that again, it's not 100%, it's not 80. Your drive, your determination, and your discipline should be 101%. That 1% is an extra. So that if somebody is meeting you by the wayside on that journey, that 1%, is for you to overtake that person. It's a constant journey. So continue to thrive, learn, understudy. Just like some people worry me every now and then, my dear, please worry me. The ones I can answer, I answer. The ones I can't, I just move on. Actually, many are called, they say, but just few are choosing.
Okay, John. Thank you very much. I hope we got all that. So I'm going before before I let you go, there's no way in hell that I'm not going to say shout out to your mom. So shout out to your mom and everybody else. Yeah.
Hey, this is John Njama. Shout out to you. Hey. Wait, why are you shouting up for managing this individual, right?
Yeah. We say thank you.
Are you trying to sell me handful?
No, you're not. You're the best. To see what you've accomplished. But say hi to your mom.
Hello, everybody. My name is John Njama, and my hustle is plenty. I'm an actor. I'm a director. I'm a content producer. But by and large, I am a filmmaker. What is your hustle?
Hi guys, that was John Njama. We're so excited to have had him on the show. He's such a hustler. He's not just a director. He's not just an actor. He's mentoring young people. Has a book coming up. Look out for that one. He's got his monologue challenge. He's got the Actors Research platform where he mentors younger actors or people who want to get into the industry. He's doing such great work. He's giving back. He's got a lot of things he's doing. He has his own media production company called About Media. Such great work. We commend him. We wish him so much success. And we hope that those of you on his platform are letting a thing or two about what it is, what you need to have, what skills you need to prepare for a role or to get into the industry, what you need to know. Don't forget to click the notification bell to alert you more hustlers that we bring to your screen. You never know, it might be your favorite producer, your favorite actor or actress, or your favorite director. Who knows? All your Niger hustle. So Don't forget to tell us about your hustle. And you know what we say? What's your hustle?